guys? Today it's the new start for the How to Coach League of Legends 101 for all you aspiring coaches out there. I'm I'm really well known in League. I'm not known in the League of Legends community, but I know a lot about the game since I've been master tier and I've followed the esports scene for a very long time, since season 1. So the first thing you want to do when you have your 5 players is to identify your team's strength and weaknesses. And a way to do that is just to watch a lot of games, watch maybe 5 or 10 games you play and watch them play, and then find out who are the best players and who are the less talented players on that team, and work around that. So if we start here, we have a top laner, of course, top, jungle, mid, AD carry, and support. So if you know you have a good very good top laner who always gets ahead, and he essentially tries to carry the game really hard, he could be a star player. If he's the best player, he's the star player. So in this scenario I'm going to do right now, we have the top laner as the star player, and then identify if he likes to split push, if he likes to play on tanks or on carries. Well, and if you want him to be your star player, you obviously want him to play on carries. And then define if he wants to split push or if he wants to team fight. So when you have a star top laner, you have to figure out if you want split push or team fight. If which scenario he's best in. And then the jungle has to play to facilitate the top laner. So the jungler will have to play some kind of tank when the top laner plays a carry champion. So you need at least one tank on the team. So if you have, for example, he likes to split push top, so he plays Jax. Then in jungle you need something like Rek'Sai, which has something with decent engage and tankiness. So yeah, Rek'Sai would be good, or Gragas, at least for this iteration. But when it is a Jax as well, he will get a little bit tanky, so you could actually get away with an Elise, but only what's preferable, what works within this system. And then you need a second star, and if the second star in this scenario is the AD carry, you want your mid laner to play a supportive mid laner. So you want him to play Cillian, maybe Orianna, or something that facilitates the team, helps them to carry. And then the AD carry, you want him on something strong in the meta. So right now it could be like Lucian, I don't know, maybe Ezreal, something that's really good, and you can put a lot of reliance on him in teamfights if the top lane star is lacking in his capacity. So what you want? So in the support, you want him to play in this setup. If you have the Rek'Sai or the Gragas, you want him to play a ranged support, maybe a Karma. But if it's Elise, you should get maybe Braum or Alistair. So depending on the jungler, you want either long ranged utility support or melee tank support with engage. So when you have engage on the jungler and on the support, on the jungler you won't need engage from the support, and the other way around. So with this setup, we have top lane star, jungle he's going to be facilitator, mid lane is going to be supportive, and the AD carry is gonna be second star, and support is of course also supportive. Then you have to figure out if the support is supportive in an aggressive or passive way. Aggressive or passive way, and then do your pick and bans out of that. So with this setup we have right here, you want your top laner to get all the farm, all the side beam farm, and you want your jungler and your support to water for him in the jungle so he can split push. In this scenario, if he's a I'm just gonna delete this team fight here. So we want him to be a good split pusher. So he plays Jax in this scenario. So our team comp is Jax, Gragas, Cillian, Lucian, and Karma. Okay, so with this setup, your support should be an aggressive as well with the Lucian, so you have an aggressive bot lane. This what you have right here, and the Cillian can easily farm on his own, and then the Gragas will put his main focus on the top lane to get Jax ahead. So if we have this setup, like if you ignore the champions, you have to figure out this first. Like, this is just a random scenario. You can have a jungler as a carry, and then you want him on carry champions, like in Fnatic with Spirit, and then you want top lane for as a tank, just like Fnatic do with Spirit and Gamsu. So it depends, really. And when you have found this out, it takes a couple of games to figure out. There you want to figure out the playstyle, and that's what I talked about. If your star player is the top and he's a split pusher, then you have to play around split pushing, and then you maybe should play a TP mid laner so you can play a 1-3-1 and facilitate them, and then try and split push to victory, maybe a rise. I don't know, it depends. But then you want, when you have figured out the playstyle, it's really is so dependent on the team. So if you have if for example there's a heavy team fighting team, if you like to be a team fighting team and your mid laner is your star, for example, and he likes to play I don't know, mages, then Azir and Victor, for example, then you can thrive and he thrives in team fights, and your ADK thrives in team fights. Then those two could be your main stars as well, and from there you want to build team fight compositions, but we can take that in another video. This is just how to identify your team, and when you have defined your team's strengths and weaknesses, like if your top laner is like, he likes to split push but he doesn't get the support to split push, then it could be like, then it wouldn't be suitable and he would just die a lot. So yeah, it's like, that's just a way to set it up. If you want to do it like on a professional team, we could take Fnatic, and the main star of the team would be Febiven. Or they are figuring it out right now, but like from what I remember right now, Febiven is the main star, and then the second star is Reckless, and then Spirit is the facilitator and carry junglers, and top lane is Gamsu, who plays tanks, and Yellowstar plays either tank or range support, in which that fits the comp best. But he's very supportive and passive roaming support. So the bottom lane plays to survive, the mid lane plays to survive, the top lane plays to survive in Fnatic, and they rely on Spirit, and Yellowstar roams to get them ahead in the early game and get ahead. That's like an example of how they set it up. So yeah, that's pretty much all for the first lesson. If you like this kind of videos, please post in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Maybe do some more. I can go a lot more in depth, but this is just the startup and how you want to set it up. As the first time you look at a team, watch 5, maybe 10 games from them playing together, and then identify how they, like how good they actually are at who's the best on the team. Yeah. Thanks for watching.